This is the plaintiff, Renee Parker. She says the defendant's 3 pit bulls mauled her sweet toy Yorkshire Terrier named Munchie. That's right, the defendant's dogs ate Munchie right in front of her friend Vernon. She's suing for $5,000 for the cost of the dog, cremation fees, and vet fees. This is also the plaintiff, Vernon Mark Calhoun. He says he was terribly traumatized by the mauling of Munchie as he walked her, was hospitalized because of it, and is also suing the defendant for $5,000 for pain and suffering. This is the defendant, Terrence Mathura. He says someone entered his fenced-in yard, didn't secure the door, and his dogs got loose. He loves his dogs. They're sweet dogs, and he did nothing wrong. The person who left his gate open is to blame, not him, and that's why he doesn't owe either one of the plaintiffs the $5,000 they're each seeking. He's accused of having a faulty gate.
Okay, Ms. Parker and Mr. Calhoun, you are both suing Mr. Mathura?
Yes.
For, actually, Ms. Parker, you're suing for $5,000, and Mr. Calhoun, you are also. $5,000 each because your dog being walked by you was killed by his dogs that got loose.
Right. Yes.
All right, let me hear from you first because you were the eyewitness to what occurred. Okay. What happened?
On December 7th, 2013.
A day that will live in infamy. Go on.
Yeah, we were walking Munchie on Chase Street. And
Munchie is the name of your dog?
Is a Yorkie Terrier, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
What happened is, once we got close to...
Why are you walking her dog?
Because we share the dog. Like, sometimes if she has somewhere to go, we would watch the dog. And then when she come back from vacation, we bring back the dog to her house.
Okay.
So, you know, what happened was when we walked down Chase Street and we got close to...
Who's we?
When I say we, my daughter, my son, and then also my neighbor's child was with us.
Okay.
My son is 9 years old. My daughter is 12 years old. And the other child, he's 12 years old as well.
Okay.
When we walked down Chase Street, on the right-hand side, we heard little dogs barking. We proceeded to walk down Chase Street. But on the left side of the fence, the left side of the block, we heard big dogs barking. So we still kept walking. But then there was a tannish dog. He was wiggling his head through the side of the fence. It's a picket fence. And the fence was not secured at all. The fence had a gap in between like this.
Okay.
So the first dog, he leaned all the way over the fence down, and all 3 of the dogs came running across the street.
Wow.
And they came running across the street fast.
Okay.
So I told my children, look, go back to the car. Obviously they're coming. So my other children went back to the car, and I tried to go up this way with Munchie the Terrier.
Why don't you just pick her up?
No, but I was trying to walk her to...
Why don't you stop walking her? If there's 3 dogs coming, you have enough time to tell your kids to get in the car.
Yeah, but they came fast. The distance on the block where I was at, it was very hard to even try to get up and try to take off or try to run. But I tried my best, and I went this way to go up the other block so the dogs wouldn't go back and get my children. So one of the dogs...
Okay, wait, where are your children running to?
Back to the car.
Which is how far away?
I'd say maybe a block and a half away.
So the dogs come at you, and what happens?
One of them grabbed the pants leg on my left leg. I fell hard on my knee. I had the leash here holding the Yorkie Terrier, trying to pull her. The other 2 dogs already went on top of her. And then when I was on the floor, and by the time I got up, the other dog also went on top of her, and they mauled her. It happened within, I'd say, a split minute. It's very hard for me to save her.
Well, yeah, and plus you're at risk too, because it's 3 pit bulls.
And now they'll have to try to protect her, my children as well. I had to make sure they
How
were
far
good.
away were your children able to get?
They got far. I kept yelling like, "Go," you know, because it was
It was chaos.
it was a traumatic situation, and it was fast how it happened.
Okay.
So
Was the dog killed instantly?
yes,
Okay.
within a minute, I called the Nassau Police Department.
Can I see the report?
Yeah, sure.
So do you ever on the scene speak with Mr. Mathura?
Oh yeah, I mean, if the answer, he came and
Yeah.
talked to me afterwards.
What did he say?
That he's sorry that it happened.
How'd your dogs get loose?
My property is fenced around, and they kind of jumped the fence. And he's correct. There's a slight space between the gate and the actual fencing. And the spacing, the dogs cannot get through. Now, I have a chain to the top of the fence together with a lever that you have to unhook for the gate to be open. Apparently, someone was coming to visit me. I am not sure. They apparently left the gate ajar. I always have my gate closed because I am a responsible dog owner.
Well, no, you're not, because if somebody comes to visit you and they are capable, your gate works in a way that they can leave it open, and you have not one, not two, but 3 pit bulls, you need to walk out and make sure that that gate is closed when that person comes to visit you. Or you should have a self-locking gate. It's one or the other. But how could this happen? This shouldn't happen. Is it the first time your dogs get out?
No, this was the second time they got out.
How is there a second time that 3 pit bulls get out? How could the first time not be the warning of the century?
I'm not saying that someone, I am suggesting that someone came to visit me.
Who?
No one
Who
came
to visit you?
No one came to see me.
So somebody came, unlocked the door, and left, and then just left it like that. That's what happened.
That's what I'm presuming. That
Oh,
they
that's
came,
what you presume.
Judge, I always secure my gate when my dogs are loose in my property.
Okay, then how did this happen? How did it happen the first time if you always secure your gate? Clearly, you do not always secure your gate. And the proof of that is that it keeps happening.
What is-
I mean, don't you care about anybody else in the community?
Yes, I do.
What if it had been a kid? I almost feel bad saying that because it's bad enough that it was a pet. Like I should. What if it had been against that God? It was a pet. No, it shouldn't happen to anybody, anything living. Your dog. In fact, I shouldn't have to suffer the fear of seeing your dogs escape.
True.
Let alone have anything happen to me or a pet that I love. I shouldn't have to tolerate your dogs roaming. Go ahead, ma'am. I haven't let you speak. Tell me what you want to say.
Well, obviously, that's my dog, basically, that got mauled by his 3 pit bulls. I'm still very emotional about it because that was my baby.
That's a tough way to go. It's a tough way to go.
To go away and, I give it to my friends because I went away because my father just passed. And I went to go, with my family, my mom, and I didn't want to take her. I usually do, but I said I don't want to take her. And my friend Martine, she volunteered I'll watch her for you. To come back and to hear, this is all I have of her. This her, a collar and a thing right here, and a little in her ear. That's it. For his dog him to be so careless of his dog, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's just, I don't know. I shouldn't have to come home to that.
No, you shouldn't. And the worst part about it is it's happened before. Did anyone call animal control?
I regret not doing that. At that point, I don't know where I was.
Why don't you just do it now? What difference does it make?
I don't know. People tell me it's too late.
I don't know if that is or not.
I'm gonna do it. No, I plan on doing it.
Particularly if it's happened once
right.
before.
No,
and you have
I-
the testimony of this trial with him admitting that it's happened once before.
Right. No, I plan on doing it because I was in the right state of mind at that point.
Yes, Your Honor. Another thing, when I spoke to the police
You ended up
officer,
in the ER, right?
Yeah, I went to Mercy Hospital Medical Center on December 7th because of the knee injury that I had at that time when I fell down. The doctors prescribed me some pain medication pills. I can't pronounce them. It's on a piece of paper. But
Can I see all of your medical records? You're suing for $4,641.91 in hospital bills. How did you rack up quite that much, quite that quickly?
Well, that's from, the one that you have right there, Your Honor, that's from Mercy Hospital, dated December 7th. And then after they gave me the medication, I'm assuming that the medication wasn't strong enough because I was still in pain. So I went to Queens General Hospital on December 22nd, and that's when they gave me some stronger dosage due to the pain that I felt in my left knee. So the amounts that they charged me is on those bills.
So Mercy Hospital charged you $2,406?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did insurance pay it, or do you?
I don't have insurance.
Okay. And then the other hospital,
Queens General.
did you go into the emergency room in Queens General?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what did you go in there for?
Because I was in a lot of pain that
Okay,
day.
so it hurt.
Definitely.
And then what did they do to you?
They just did their examination. They gave me some painkillers while I was at the hospital. And then when they discharged me, the names of the pills are on there. The pills that they gave me at the Queens Hospital is way better than the ones at Mercy Hospital. Y'all laughing, huh?
Well, I tried to said it.
It wasn't Viking, some other, I forgot what it was called.
Do you have any pictures of Munchie?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, you've got her all dressed up. What's your defense?
Your Honor, first I never met Renee before, and I'd like to say how sorry I am for what happened. I know that does not change what happened, but as a dog owner and how much I love my dogs, I understand how she feels.
No, you don't.
I
To a
appreciate
certain
you saying
extent,
that, but no, you
I
don't.
do-
Unless
I-
you've had an
to a
animal
certain
mauled,
extent.
I have. Unless you've had an animal mauled before your very eyes,
Yes.
you have no idea what it feels like to witness such a thing,
Right.
or to have it happen to your animal, and then constantly think about how your animal left the earth. You know,
Right.
it's. But I appreciate you saying it
Yes, I
anyway,
am
because
sorry.
I understand.
Okay, so the defendant's defense is somebody else left the gate open. It's the second time it happened. Is that a good defense?
It's not a good defense at all.
Why?
It's not a good defense, but the second time, the owner should be more aware of their dog.
If it was the first time, would it be a defense that somebody left the gate open?
I think you should train your dog not to do that, to obey your orders.
Fair enough, ma'am.
No, because the dog is a dangerous dog. He knew that. Those dogs tend to attack at times.
So you think that a
the
pit
dog
bull?
should have been, the dog should have been chained up and he should have been aware of it.
Fair and point. Going inside the courtroom.
I did not witness what happened. My property is fenced around. I let my dogs loose.
According to you, the actual fence went down, sir?
Yeah.
Are you?
You see how these pieces of
I
paper...
saw what you
yeah.
did with pieces of
It's-
paper,
It
but
just, they leaned
and then
it
what?
down.
Snap back up?
Yeah, and they just came through. They squeezed right through. The fence supposed to be...
Okay, I've heard enough. I don't need to read it. There's no question that you're liable, okay? Let's discuss the two lawsuits and figure out what you're liable for. Let's start with Renee. Okay. Ms. Parker, you are suing for the cost of the dog. Do you have any proof for the cost of the dog?
Yes, I do.
How old was your dog?
She was 6 years.
6 years? Okay, so it was $980, right? Okay. And then the cost of cremation and memorialization. Show me the bill for that. You're suing for emotional distress, and you cannot collect emotional distress, no matter how emotionally distressing, understandably, something like this is. The cause of action is intentional infliction of emotional distress. I don't think that this was intentional, even though I consider his conduct in not having a fence that keeps in 3 pit bulls for the second time to be rather abhorrent. But aside from that, animals, whether we like it or not, and people may think of them as part of the family and as human, they're not human, they're property. They're considered property in the eyes of the law.
Right.
You are suing for surgery lab work for spaying the dog.
Basically, her and the years of having her, the investment of, putting...
Right, I understand. You're suing for every penny you've spent on the dog because you feel... Because if you'd known that she was going to die 6 years later, you would never spend a penny on that. I understand why you're doing that, but that is also not something that would be compensable under these circumstances. I can't turn around and tell him, well, now there was no point in loving her and caring for her and dressing her up and spaying her and everything else, and now you've got to reimburse her for all of that stuff. That's not really something that... $2,500 for grooming her all those years, that's not something that is compensable. I find in your favor in the amount of the cost of the dog as well as the cost of the cremation. That's the $980 plus the $125 for a total of $1,105 in your lawsuit, Ms. Parker, against Mr. Mathura. Now let us discuss Mr. Calhoun. What was the diagnosis on your knee?
They said it was like almost a form of sciatica, something like that, or then there was some other medical term that they said. I mean, I used to walk around with a cane in the house because that's how much...
After this?
Yeah, it was just weird how it happened. I mean, I was walking around, my kids see me with the cane, and they're like, why are you walking with a cane? That's because of my knee.
All right. As for your lawsuit, I find in your favor in the amount of the $4,641.91 in hospital bills that the hospital is going to chase you on, as well as the pain and suffering. Understand, it's a different pain and suffering. It's the pain and suffering of his knee, not the pain and suffering of the emotional pain and suffering, which is what I'm witnessing from both of you who I know loved the dog very much. That's different. This is the pain and suffering of having to take painkillers because your knee is hurt because 3 pit bulls get out for the second time and knock a grown man over like this. So I find in your favor in the amount of the $5,000. I suggest that you follow up with animal control because then it's animal control who sees to it that he appropriately pens the dogs or can't have them.
Right.
Okay? Because if you can't figure out how to keep them from hurting other people and things, then you can't have them. That's it. Because it's not complicated. Verdicts for the plaintiffs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the defendant's out here after losing this case, and really, I think your apology was heartfelt, but I'm not too sure how you really look.
It was heartfelt, and I apologize for what happened. The verdict, it was fair, and that's all I can say.
How are you sure this is never going to happen again?
I can be assure you it will not happen again.
Did you assure people after it happened the first time that it would never happen again?
Yes, I did. Actually.
Okay, so how are you sure it's never going to happen again?
Because I've taken precautions.
What have you done?
I've secured the fencing more than it was before.
Okay. You may hear from them again after they go to animal control. All right, follow Officer McIntosh around the corner this way. All right, so come on in here. I know the memory of Munchie sort of hangs over this whole case. What does this do for you?
Still no justice. I mean, his dogs are still out and about.
And you, sir, you satisfied how this came out for you?
Yeah, a little satisfied, and we definitely have to follow up with the animal
Right.
CPA. So.
You got the right pills now?
Yeah, I'm all right now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, Harvey.
Okay, so here's what we got to talk about. Animals under the law are considered property. I mean, it's crazy to me, but it's almost like your dog is like a sofa, that you are not allowed to get pain and suffering for an animal. I personally just think this law is kind of outdated and ridiculous. I mean, that animals suffer and when they're hurt, yet you can get no compensation for that suffering under the law because property doesn't suffer. That's the way the law views it. You know, a lot of people think it's wrong, but pretty much in every state, that's the case.
Don't text and drive.